Beef and broccoli is older than you think. It started as Cantonese beef with Gai Lan, but in America, Chinese immigrants swapped in broccoli, brought over by Italian immigrants, which was easier to find. By the 50s, it was on every Chinese restaurant menu. Press start to continue cooking.
Here are our ingredients for the beef and broccoli marinade. We have skirt steak here that's cut about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch thick. We've got some light soy sauce, some Shaoxing wine, and some baking soda to tenderize it. A couple of heads of broccoli here. We're gonna need about 1 pound of florets. We're gonna have 4 scallions of green onions, a little bit of ginger, garlic, chicken stock, sugar, light soy sauce. This is Shaoxing wine, sesame oil, cornstarch, and oyster sauce. So what we're gonna do is, for the marinade, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of the light soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of the Shaoxing wine, and we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm just gonna stir this up with my hands, and then we are going to vigorously beat this meat. So we really wanna just like go ham on this. A lot of Western cooking, they'll say, be gentle with the meat. Don't you dare touch that steak too much. How dare you use tongs on a steak? This? Oh no, this we treat brutally. We really want to get that marinade in there. So I'm just gonna grate some ginger in here. I'm just gonna mince this garlic right up. Get it in this bowl. What we want are only the scallion whites and pale greens here. So we're gonna separate the dark green parts from the whites. And the whites go in earlier, and they're gonna be part of our aromatics, and they have the stronger onion flavor. And we're going to put these in, and then this will cook with the garlic and the ginger, and then we will use the greens at the end of the dish to put them in at the end so that we get some of the crispness still there with them. So here we go. Here are our garlic and our ginger and our scallion whites and the pale green parts. These are all gonna be dumped into the stir fry at the same time, so we'll set that aside till we're ready to go. And we're just gonna dump all of our scallion greens into a separate bowl. These will be used just for finishing the dish at the very end. Okay, so for our sauce, we are going to use 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce. So I'm gonna put a couple of teaspoons of cornstarch in here. So I'm gonna stir my cornstarch with a fork because you wanna break up the clumps. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons now of Shaoxing wine. We're gonna add a 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce. We gotta put our 1/3 of a cup of chicken broth in here. We need to put a tablespoon of sugar in here, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. We're gonna put about a tablespoon of high heat oil in there. I'm using avocado oil. You can use peanut oil, canola oil, whatever you want. First thing that's gonna go in is the broccoli. And we are going to stir fry this. A little bit of char and color on the broccoli is really good, so I'm just gonna leave it alone in a single layer for maybe a minute or so. I'm gonna steam the broccoli in the wok, so I'm gonna cover a plate with paper towels like this, because we're gonna get the excess moisture out. So here we go. You see we're getting some char on the broccoli. That's what we want. So a little bit of char there. Then we're going to add a 1/3 of a cup of water. And if you have a wok lid, put it on. I'm gonna use this other pan lid. Boom, 2 minutes. We're done. Take this off. Put it on the plate. Try not to burn yourself. Okay, turn on your heat to high. Here we go again. It's now beef time. So it's already hot, put about a tablespoon of oil in there. We're gonna do the beef in batches. So first batch is gonna be half the beef. We're gonna try and brown it in a single layer. Get it into a single layer on your wok as best you can, because what we're trying to do is get a little bit of browning, and we're just gonna leave it for like a minute or so, and then you're gonna quickly stir fry it and then transfer it to a bowl. We don't need to cook it all the way through. We're gonna be cooking it more in a little bit, but let's try and at least kind of cook on the outside. Okay, done. Boom, second batch of beef going in. We're again trying to brown the outside here. Give it a check. We got some browning, we're good. Stir fry for another 30 seconds to a minute, just to make sure we get the outsides cooked here. Okay, we're not taking this beef out. Instead, what we're doing is we are adding our aromatics, ginger, scallions, garlic. Put the rest of the beef back in. You have all your beef in here with your aromatics. Cook your aromatics until you can smell them. Broccoli goes back in, all your broccoli. Give it a mix. Pour it in around the edge of the wok. Stir it up. It's gonna have to be on high heat for a little bit as we want it to thicken. See it bubbling away? So here we go. All of our reserved green onions are gonna go in last. We're gonna give this basically one more stir, and that's it. We're good. That's it, done. Pour it all into a bowl here. So our beef is extremely tender. It's not overcooked at all. The broccoli is perfectly cooked. It's still a little bit tender crisp, a little snappy. The nice thing is that the top of the broccoli just drinks up the sauce, and the bottom is still crunchy. It's so tender, nicely browned on the outside. The broccoli is absorbing the sauce in the top, and the stems are still nice and crunchy.